Well, hello, and welcome back to Michelle Spills the Beans. So, the other day, I did a short about punctuality. We were talking about a quick little segment on punctuality and that it'll make you or break you. And that's actually the truth. So, I want to get into that because I want people to understand how very important punctuality is. In other words, known as being on time. So I will say this. It used to be a much more important quality years ago, like when I was a kid. My parents taught me from the very beginning that it was important to be on time. And I was in elementary school when they taught me, and I had a friend that lived down the street, and she probably lived, 5 minutes away walking. And I would leave 20 minutes early to get there on time. It was just ingrained in me and therefore, because I had to leave the door 20 minutes early, I had to do all the other things in order to be ready to leave, like getting dressed, brushing my teeth, eating my lunch, whatever I was doing ahead of time. I had to plan for that. And I learned that at a young age. So when you have to be somewhere at a certain time, sometimes I can't believe I have to talk about this, but I think it's really important to bring it back up again, to bring it back into the cycle. And it has everything to do with your success. If 9 o'clock you have to be there, that doesn't mean you leave at 5 minutes to 9, thinking you're going to get there at 9. So the 9 is the line in the sand. Then you need to backtrack. All right, what do I have to do before 9? How far is the drive? The drive is 30 minutes. All right, now we're down to 8:30. So I've got to be able to walk out the door completely ready at 8:30. All right, well, what do I got to do before 8:30? Take my shower, eat my breakfast, iron my clothes, brush my teeth, do my hair, do my dishes, whatever it takes. You now backtrack that amount of time. So that would probably put us at 7:30. So it gives us an hour to get all of that done and leave out the door at 8:30 so we can be on time at 9. Most people are not doing that. They are rushed, stressed. They don't even think about all of the backtracking, all the back time that it takes to get somewhere on time. So maybe they set an alarm for a normal morning, I'll get up at 7, that's when I get up, but I have to be somewhere at 9. And now, so they do their 7 o'clock. Sorry, there's some background noise, so I'm gonna wait a second. It's so loud. So now, sorry. And they eat their breakfast slowly. They do what they would do on a regular day, or maybe there wasn't, a timeline involved. And they're scrambling at 9 or 8:45 to try and get somewhere at 9, and they're late. Now, if it's a job interview, if it is a meeting with your work that you need to be on time for, and you get there late all the time, it's going to look really bad. It's probably one of the worst qualities humans have that diminishes their success in anything. So much noise. Sorry. So, and you know what's happened is people now have just said, well, I run late. And they identify like it's a quality they were born with. I'm just late. I run late. That's just me. I run late. So if you're going to meet with me, I run late. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. Okay, I'm going to call it like it is. You aren't somebody that just runs late. You make a decision to run late. Running late is all on you. If you run late all the time, it's your fault and no one else's. The only caveat to it not being your fault is if there is a car accident or something outside of your control that causes you to be a little bit late. And in that case, you text or call the people that you're going to meet and say, I'm sorry, I'm running late because of this accident. But to just assign yourself, you're somebody that runs late, and then assume and make everybody else bow to that, and now you've just called yourself somebody that runs late, so they have to accept it. Oh, no, no, no. That won't go well. You have to train yourself to be on time, and you have to know how much time things take. I'm actually going to pause this because it's so loud outside. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm here to finish. So I was saying that if you categorize yourself as somebody that just runs late, and you expect everybody else to just bow to that and accept it like you were born that way. It's absolutely not true, and nobody should put up with it. 2, the biggest problem with being somebody that is not punctual is the fact that it can appear and will appear you don't care about anybody else but yourself. It's a very self-centered, selfish characteristic. And that's why it can make or break you. So if you are going to a job interview, for example, and you run late and you go in apologizing, these people are immediately going to probably put you at the bottom of their list. No matter what you say in the interview, no matter what your resume looks like, they are going to be like, this person ran 10 minutes late. Yeah, they apologize. But is that how they're going to be if we hire them? They will literally go to the person who was on time. If there's 2 of you and you were the one that ran late and the other person didn't, they're going to go with them. It's that important because it says a lot about you. One thing, it's a first impression. So if you're running late on the very first day somebody is going to interview you for a potential career and you are not on time, you set the standard and tone for your own life in front of them that says, I'm never going to be on time. I won't be on time for the reports. I won't be on time back from my break. I won't be on time for work in general in the morning. I run late. It is one of the ugliest, most annoying characteristics of humanity right now. I don't put up with it. I am the most punctual person you'll ever meet. I don't think I've ever run late. I'm always early. And it's a really good quality to have. You will literally lose a job over being late. And if you have a job already and you are running late, coming back from lunch or whatever, and you do it over and over, they will notice this. And eventually, likely, they will fire you. They will think about firing you because it's so annoying. Punctuality is one of the top characteristics I think I would look for in one of my candidates, other than many others. A lot of other great qualities people need to have. But if you cannot show up on time and respect other people's time, they got up early to get dressed, to eat, to wash their hair, to get there, to be there for you. Why can't you do it for them? It truly is, it's unbelievable. And I actually have a story because lack of punctuality ruined a relationship that I had with a best friend. Long, long time ago. We grew up together, because I'm going to end on this note. We grew up together as little kids. So since we were 3 years old, all the way through high school and into college, we were really, really good friends. Did so much together, family vacations, all kinds of stuff. Her family was not punctual. My family was. So as I got older and she got older and we would drive ourselves to meet for lunch or go for a drink, I realized that I would always get there first and she would always be late. So I put up with it for years. Please understand, I showed her a lot of grace. And I really probably back then didn't say too much. But it all changed when I got married. I was a newlywed. And I lived in Southern California. I still do, but in a different area. So we probably lived about an hour and a half away from each other. But we were meeting in the middle in a city where it would take, I think, about a 45-minute drive, maybe 40 minutes. I was at work. I worked full time. I know she didn't work full time. I don't know what she was doing. She's never been married, so she didn't have a husband or children or anything like that. So I was a newlywed. And to be honest, I was not really wanting to leave my husband. I loved being around him and hanging out. We were madly in love and all that stuff. But this was for her birthday. So I had a gift. I had all this stuff. And so here's how it looked. We were meeting at 6 o'clock. I had to ask to get off work early because the Orange County freeways can be very jammed in order to make it on time. That was the first thing I had to do. Can I leave early? Because I'm going to be on the freeway and I don't want to be late to my birthday thing. Then I asked my husband, I'm going to be gone. And he's all, that's fine. So I made sure that I left early enough to calculate for traffic and get there at 6 o'clock. So of course I did. I got there at 6 o'clock with gift in hand, and it was all for her. 1 hour goes by and she's not there. 1 hour. I was fuming. I was so angry because she had done this to me my whole life, but I had put up with it. So it wasn't like I had ever said anything, and I loved her. I mean, she was a special friend. I stormed out of there so quickly. I couldn't wait to get home to my husband. I couldn't wait to get out of there. I was done waiting for this person. Done in general, in life. I was like, I'm done with her. So I went home and my phone rings and it's her. And back then it was just a landline. There was no cell phone. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And she left a message and she said, Michelle, hi, it's Jay. Hey, where are you? I'm at the restaurant. Now I'm even more fuming because she's calling me like she's there on time and I hadn't already waited an hour. She didn't know. I was so mad. I couldn't call her back. I wasn't going to call her back. I just couldn't. I had to and it was the right thing for me to do. What I did do was write a letter. And the nutshell of my letter basically said, I love you and I've been friends with you a long time and that doesn't change. And but I have put up with your non-punctual lifestyle. You're never on time. I've put up with it too much, and I'm not doing it anymore. And I said, I left my husband, I left my work early to meet you on time, and I was there at 6, and you weren't there at 7 because I stayed till 7. I said, I'm not replanning any birthday plans with you. I'm not going to give you the gift. I'm just telling you, if I ever do make plans with you again, I will give you 5 minutes grace period. And then I'm leaving. I will not wait for you anymore in my life. And she received the letter, called. She did apologize at the time. Things seemed better. I ended up moving into a new place with my husband out of the city that I told the story from. Made plans with her to come see my house. She never even showed up. And then said, you got the wrong day. No, I didn't get it wrong. You did. And I went, that's it. I'm done with this. We are no longer friends. We no longer talk. It doesn't mean I hate her. I can forgive it. I do not want to be friends with people like that. She was kind of a space bucket. So anyway, it can ruin friendships. It can ruin birthday nights. Think about it. You can learn to be punctual, and you should. And it takes a bit of effort. It really takes a bit of effort, but it is worth every ounce of effort, I promise you. Maybe I'll do another video on how to be punctual, how to train yourself. But trust me, you will lose out. You will lose jobs, you will lose time, you will lose friends, you will lose important relationships if you can't be on time for them. All right? It's important. Have a good day.